Hi everybody, it's Rich Formidoni from Korg USA. I'm here in the studio with the new Krome music workstation. Krome has a lot of brand new enhancements to the interface, specifically pertaining to the TouchView display. These include swipe, touch and drag gestures, and all kinds of other things that can help make your music creation quicker, easier, and more fun. Let's dig in. Here we are looking at the main tab in the play page of program mode. Basically, when you turn Krome on and go to program mode, this is what you'll see. As you can already tell, there's a lot of information on the screen. Here you can see the two oscillators that make up this program. In this case, the piano strings and the damper resonance. Over here, you can see the user controls. This is referencing the real-time knobs on the left side of the keyboard. When I push the select button to the left of the knobs, the function changes on the screen. Over here, you can see the insert effects that are selected. As you can see, we've got one parametric EQ and 4 empty slots. Here are the master effects, and there's our stereo total effect. And right here is our 3-band EQ with a sweepable mid-range. Now, I'm just going to show you a couple of the gestures that you can access right from this display. When you touch a parameter, it becomes highlighted and you can edit it. This means you can use the value dial, you can use the number pad, or you can use some of the new gestures that are in Krome. For example, I can touch and hold down the parameter, and when I let it go, I have a wheel that I can swipe from left to right to get to the desired value, or I can touch slider. And right from here I have access to a easy slider that lets me get where I need to go. Now up here you might notice there's a little arrow. I can touch and drag this window wherever I need it to be. So if I need to see the parameter that I'm adjusting, I can move the window out of the way. Now I'm going to touch the X in the upper right corner. Instead of touching and holding the parameter, I'm going to double tap it. Now I've got a combination of direct number input and calculator. So if I go to direct input, I can manually type in the value that I want and press enter. Or if I need to calculate something, such as a tap on a multi-tap delay, I can switch to the calculate function, and it's a very convenient tool to have. Just like the previous window, you can click the upper right corner and drag it wherever you need to be. Anytime you see a parameter down here that's on a knob, you can touch the knob and drag left or right to adjust it. Along similar lines, if I go to the mixer tab, whenever you see a fader, you can click and drag it up and down, and you can see just how responsive the screen is. Up at the top of the display, you'll notice a timer. You can hide and view this timer by touching the stopwatch icon in the upper right corner of the screen. This timer starts automatically when you turn Krome on to show you how long it's been powered on. You can reset and restart the timer if you need to time the length of a rehearsal or see how long you've been playing your current set. I'm going to press the page button and go to amp/EQ. Here on the envelope page, I can actually adjust all these different breakpoints, but unlike previous workstations, I can now grab the actual graph and physically move the points with my finger. So I have manual tactile control over an envelope. This is also true of velocity crossfades. I'm going to press exit, then go to our category search, and I'm going to go to the guitar category and select the first one, A Guitar Dynamic Pick. I'll press the page button and go to the oscillator page. One of the neat things I can do here is create a crossfade range. So this lets one waveform crossfade into another, creating a smooth transition between velocities. The other neat thing I can do with Krome is actually touch the crossfade range and adjust it manually. So it gives me a whole new level of hands-on control of each individual sound. Another cool thing I want to show you is that when I move one of the physical knobs, a pop-up appears on the display and shows me the parameter that I'm modifying and the value. Now if I want to, I can touch this hourglass and the pop-up will stay on screen instead of disappearing automatically. From here, I can touch and drag just like other parameters, or double tap, open up the number pad. Another nice shortcut is double tapping the name of the sound. From here, you can choose the bank and the specific sound that you want. Also, when I've got the category search window open, there's a new function called Find. From here, I can find all sounds in a bank that contain a specific word. For example, I'm going to touch this text input icon and type guitar, and touch OK. When I touch Find, it finds all the different sounds in this bank that have the word guitar in the title. Next, I'd like to show you some of the interface enhancements we've applied to Chrome's sequencer. I'm going to press the Page button and go to Track Edit. This is one of the demo songs that comes with Chrome, and you can see the visual representation of the MIDI data. From this screen, which is called TouchView, I can touch, drag, and manipulate large blocks of MIDI data at once. The other cool thing is, I can touch the magnifying glass and zoom in on an individual block of data. From here, I can grab the hand tool, move where I need to be. I can grab the pencil tool, place a note. I can grab the arrow tool and move the note around. Or I can grab the length tool and lengthen or shorten it. These buttons down here let you zoom the view in and out for more precise control. I'm going to zoom the view way out and show you one other cool thing you can do, and that is to take the pen tool and draw a line in the controller lane. This is very useful if you need to specify a smooth adjustment to something like velocity or another MIDI control message that you can specify right here. You may also notice this small arrow down on the bottom right corner of the screen. If you touch and drag this arrow to the left, your transport controls pop up. This is very convenient if you're editing and you want to quickly access a certain point in the song. You'll notice this in many other parts of the sequencer as well. One other cool function is the locator at the top of the display can be double tapped to select a specific tick, beat, or measure. Also, you may notice there's a progress bar now just below the title of the song. As you advance through the measures, you'll see this progress bar move with you. There's one more very cool function I want to show you, and that's in global mode. I'm going to touch Page and go to Arpeggio Pattern. The arpeggiators can add rhythms, bass lines, all kinds of different motion. And you get to edit the arpeggio patterns using the TouchView display. What I'm going to do is touch this arrow here and select one of the user patterns, which can be modified. Here's a small representation of the pattern we've selected. Now if I touch the magnifying glass, I get the full arpeggio pattern editor. I can simply touch to add values to the pattern itself, and down below I can modify things like the gate. So here I can adjust the settings manually with my hand, and I've set that particular step to legato. If I touch where it says gate, now I can adjust velocity. Drag to the left to lower the velocity, to the right to raise it, and all the way to the right shows as played by the keyboard. If I touch again, I can adjust flam settings, and you can see the pattern flam right there. And you can see this is a guitar strum pattern. So this is very useful for creating realistic strums as they would be played on the 6 different strings of a guitar. Touch again, and I can adjust pitch modulation. So for example, this step right here, let's say I wanted that to be played an octave up. Click and drag it up. There's 13, we'll drop it down 1 to 12. So this is a very, very deep pattern editor. And you've also got functions like the pen erase tool if you want to erase a specific step. And if you touch the wrench, you have access to more settings dealing with specific areas of the pattern at once. Up at the top of the screen, I can touch and drag to focus on a specific part of the pattern, and I can choose to view as many steps as I want in that display. That's all for now. Please keep checking Korg.com/Chrome for updates, tips and tricks, and other downloads. Thanks for watching.